I'm just your average parent trying to do right by my kids. Never thought I'd have to, deal with something like this. It was a regular Tuesday afternoon. The kids' toys were scattered everywhere. Then there was a knock at the door. My heart sank when I saw who it was.
Hello, I'm from Child Protective Services. We've received a report and need to inspect your home.
I didn't know what to do. They wanted to come in, look around, talk to my kids. My hands were shaking. I felt like I was doing something wrong even though I knew I wasn't. But then, I remembered something I'd read online about knowing your rights. I took a deep breath and said, "I'm sorry, but unless you have a warrant, I can't let you in." The CPS worker looked surprised. They weren't used to parents knowing their rights. It wasn't easy, but I stood my ground. I protected my family's privacy that day. Remember, when CPS knocks, know your rights. It can make all the difference.
He's got a song called Tiff and Portia.
Stop standing now when you question our freedom. When they ask us what our rights are, they say, yeah, don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple of people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is their show. They want to stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with the knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. The little children in the front yard, Tiff and Punisher fighting so hard.
They are taking our kids every day. A child a minute, no one has a thing to say for those who have been isolated. Don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallet. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them. But when they come, your voice gets to breaking. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We've done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and the Punisher have come for the calling. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken, God damn it. She's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up like thin tags. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with high speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch out CPS, here we come. Picking you one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and the Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and the Punisher warrior, and we cry out to all of you out there. We need support for a cause that many don't care. All children are being stolen way too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stopping.
Hey, Tiff, we're here.
I
There we
see.
are. Whoa, weird. Did you see that? There's a hole in me. Did you just see that?
I saw that.
That was very strange, wasn't it? All right, we got him. We got him. We got a huge special guest with us tonight, and he made it despite my late sending him the link, but he isn't here with us. So I'm excited for this. We saw his. He had a hell of a convention. Well, not a convention. What would you call it? Seminar? I guess we could call it, right?
Yeah.
Seminar. He's the leader in fathers' rights in this country. That's damn sure. And he's now reaching out for the CPS bid. So let's bring this man out, Mr. Mark Ludwig. You made
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
unfortunately,
how
I
are
don't
you?
have too long. I'm leaving early in the morning for a conference with legislators in Indianapolis, and I haven't packed at all. So I've got to
No.
hurry and
Yeah.
pack here. But
Any time with you is
so
great.
I got like 5 or 10 minutes, but I could definitely. I didn't want to snub you off, so I want to make sure at least do something
No,
here.
that's great. So what's new with you, Mark? What do you got? What do you got going on? You got a lot going on.
Yep, and it's been a productive month. I had my first meeting at the White House about 3 weeks ago. That went very well. I've been very fortunate. We've got a lot of people in the current administration that have ties to St. Louis. My friend Will Scharf is the guy that you see standing next to the president every time there's an executive order that with the balding head that says,
Yes.
"Mr. President, this
Yep.
executive order will release the files of the JF Kennedy assassination." That's my friend Will Scharf. And
Okay.
he's from St. Louis here. And then another buddy of mine is the new head of intergovernmental affairs. So he's the head of all statewide issues funneled through him. And then he coordinates that through the president. And then another friend of mine, Cassie Doolin, is the policy advisor on faith issues. And then Ed Martin is the new, he was going to be the district attorney for D.C. And then that senator from North Carolina threatened to veto or filibuster him. So Ed's now the new Department of Weaponization. So he's handling a lot of like the J6 due process cases, things like that. So Just very fortunate that I've got a lot of personal friends that are in the administration. So I had a very good first meeting there. Once I raise funds, I'm going to try and go back because I've got a lot of doors open for more meetings. Tomorrow, I'm headed to the ALEC conference, which is the largest organization of state legislators across the country. We're going to have 700 state reps and state senators all in one hotel for 4 days talking about policy. And there is no golf, there is no going to bars. I mean,
Right.
our
Well, you're not
first
supposed to
meetings
drink.
start at 7 in the morning and they go until about 10 or 11 o'clock at night. And we're literally there to talk about policies. I'm fortunate that I now sit on the Model Policy Task Force, which gives us a unique perspective, because in the past we kind of had to beg legislators, will you please meet with me? Will you please, listen to my issue? Well, I sit on the task force. So if you've ever been to a Senate hearing at the state level, we try and plead our case and then the committee votes up or down. I'm on that committee now. So I've got 700 legislators that I'm on the Model Policy Task Force. So I'm one of 21 votes. And
Wow.
so I get a lot of legislators. This week I've been on the phone with a lot of legislators talking policy. And it's kind of neat because when they ask me for their time, I'm able to say, hey, I'll listen to your issue, but I need you to do me a favor. I've got some things that I'm concerned about in your state. I'd like to talk to you also about some of those issues. So I've got a lot of friendships and relationships and doors opened up in different states, but it's just very efficient for me. Instead of having to go to 8 million different states, 700 legislators from all 50 states are going to be in one hotel with me for 4 days. So
Right.
it's going to be a very efficient use of my time this week.
Right. You do this out of your pocket too, right? No one pays you to do this. You do this on your own.
Yeah. Normally I drive for Uber for a living. You don't get a lot of Uber driving when you go to Indiana for a week, though.
So that's
So
great.
I'm usually begging for donations. Of, hey, if there's anybody that's independently wealthy out there that has some money to donate, I can use it because these conferences are expensive.
Yeah, where would they send that money to, Mark? Where do they send money to? If you have do you have a place that you have people send donations to you?
Usually it just PayPal or Venmo. My PayPal is starnetmark@yahoo.com. So starnetmark, StarnetMark@yahoo.com.
Okay.
So starnetmark@yahoo.com is PayPal, and the Venmo is Mark-Ludwig-18. So Mark-Ludwig-18. But yeah, like I say, I hate to always be begging for money, but my attitude is not everybody has the time to take off work to go to Indianapolis. Most people couldn't even get invited. I mean, it's a pretty big vetting process to get into that hotel. I mean, you got to know people very well to get in the hotel. And and I hope it doesn't sound arrogant, but after 40 years in politics, you kind of have an idea of the art and science of how to meet with legislators, how to build those relationships. And so what I tell people is, if you don't have the time or the connections to go there, could you spend some of your money? Because while you're home working, I'm working for you for free. So can you donate $25 of your money to help me so I can work on connections, which are going to come back and help you so that our kids don't have to go through what we're going through?
Yep. What is the buzz out there? What are they saying? Does anybody know? Are the people aware of what's going on that are close to Washington, or are they kind of like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they are waking up quite a bit, especially in DC. And once again, I don't care if somebody's a Republican or Democrat. I know there's people who hate Trump, but if you take the emotion out of it, even people who hate Trump have to admit, if there was ever a president in our lifetime that was willing to shake the apple cart and make changes, this is our biggest chance to make change. But more importantly, we now have a president that is used to false allegations and having to defend himself over and over and over, and going through a supposed rape accusation from 30 years ago that had no proof. No, she couldn't tell when he was there. She couldn't give the date. She couldn't give there's no witnesses. And so I tell you what, that opens the door for me to tell people, now you know what family court is like. Because we do that and I'm not kidding. I have had people that I don't think would have ever listened to me, that as a result of Trump going through it and me making that analogy, because that's how I opened the door with a lot of the Republicans in the U.S. Senate. And a lot of them say, and I just tell them, hey, if that could happen to someone like Trump who has the money, imagine what happens to Joe average citizen in family court who doesn't have the money to hire an attorney.
Right.
And I tell you what, they are getting very receptive. And on, my aspect is more the co-parenting type issue.
Right.
But I work very closely with a bunch of other people. I know there's like Kathleen Arthur and Connie Regulate and a bunch of other people working more on CPS issues. And it does it, we go sort of hand in hand. The family court system's out of control, and the government should not be taking control of a family. I mean, it's becoming cash for kids, and we've got to get that out of there. And like I said, I think in DC, I'm getting more reception than I've ever had after 11 years of going there on this issue. I've never seen the reception that I've seen. And at the state level, we're really getting a lot of, because now we've got so much evidence of the corruption of both family courts, guardian ad litem, CPS. We're getting more and more ammunition. So they're waking up at both the federal and the state level. So I'm very, very, it's still going to take a while. Once again, look at how long it took to get rid of slavery and civil rights, changes. And it's going to take time. And I know it's frustrating for people. I know. I wish it could happen tomorrow. It's not gonna.
Well, don't you think some of it's because the people that are making noise about this are people that are already involved in it, whereas we don't get any help from people that haven't had this go against them.
Well, you bring up a good point. That's why I always tell people, be careful how you talk about it, because change will never take place until people who are unaffected by the issue become just as concerned as those of us concerned about the issue that have been affected. The challenge is how you frame the narrative and how you convey that message sometimes can turn people away, because you and it hits home. I mean, it brings up emotions. The challenge is you've got to learn how to compartmentalize that emotion, because if you talk about it the wrong way, you're going to push away somebody that talking to them the right way, they could have become a great ally.
Right.
But because we offended them, we pushed them away. So that's why I teach the class, and not here to sell the class, but I do literally teach a class that's 7 sessions long, where I go into detail of the art and the science of how to talk to legislators, how to pass legislation on any bill, any issue. So if not everybody has an interest in that, but if people are interested in legislation, I've got a class coming up on July 21st. So if you're wanting to get involved legislatively, I always tell people, I don't want to be known as the guy. I don't ever want a statue erected that, Mark Ludwig passed this bill. What I'd be proudest of is when my funeral's over and people are eating the coleslaw and the potato salad and say, well, yeah, that son of a gun. The thing that will make me the proudest is for people to say, you know what? He taught me how to go to my capital so that I could go to my capital and help pass a law in my state. Not Mark got the law passed. My goal, I want to educate, enable, and empower 1,000 people across the country that they don't need Mark Ludwig, that they can do it. I'll coach them, I'll mentor them over the phone. But if they take my class, all they really need is me over the phone. They don't need me to, I'll help them as much as I can, but they're going to have the confidence to know, you know what? In 7 sessions, they're going to learn how a bill becomes a law step by step, how to negotiate things through the process, how to get a bill assigned to the committee that you wanted to assign to, how to frame the narrative in 3 minutes or less, how to add an amendment on, how to defend from a bad amendment. I mean, I teach them 40 years of my political background in 7 sessions. So that's at stlmarkludwig.com is the website for the class. So stlmarkludwig.com if they're interested in the class.
Tiff, we need to take that class.
So, but yeah, and the early bird registration ends tomorrow night. Tomorrow night. So I'm losing track of the week here. But I just got done with one radio interview, and then I saw your message. Like, oh crap, that's right. I apologize. I'm like frazzled this week, going a million directions here.
No, I appreciate you.
I've got a lot of prep work I have to have with me for this conference that I'm leaving for in the morning, and then I've got Levi tonight. So we're getting ready to make peach cobbler. He wanted to make peach cobbler. We're going to have father-son time in a little bit here. And I told them no phones, no nothing. We're going to make some peach cobbler. Yep. We like to watch Survivor reruns. So we're on season 21, the young guys against the old guys in Survivor. And we're going to eat our peach cobbler and watch that tonight while I pack.
That's great. That's great. Tiff, what do you got for Mark?
I just want to say, keep up the good work. Because unlike you, I live 60 miles from DC, but I won't go to DC.
You're safer that way.
Exactly. Can you everybody say hi?
Hi.
And I keep up with you. I'm on all your social media stuff, so I'm watching you, and I'm proud of you. I really am.
Thanks so much. Well, I
And thank
appreciate
you
you
for coming
guys.
back on.
Appreciate what you guys, like I said, we're all a team. Each of us has a strength and a weakness. And I appreciate you guys for what you do. So.
That's great. So
All
there's
right, well, I do need to get hopping here so we can get our peach cobbler and I can pack for tomorrow morning. But thanks so much, guys. I appreciate you. And sometime I'll, if you want me to, I'll come back on again when I have more time and I'm not so rushed. I apologize for that.
You can come on anytime.
Yeah, anytime you want, you can come in. Hey, watch out. There's this woman by the name of Michelle Steele, and I want to say she was from Indiana, but she's coming out as a hardcore CPS, anti-CPS lady. I think she's a freshman there this year or something. But she's really pushing for the CPS thing. So keep an ear out for her.
Okay.
Michelle Steele. And she's doing a lot of stuff. So make sure you check her out.
Oh, definitely.
All right, cool. All right, Mark. Well, thank you so much. Go eat your peach cobbler, my man, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate you.
Thanks, Mark. Good luck this weekend.
Thanks.
Bye-bye. There, I got the steel thing in there, so that's good. I'm trying. My keyboard's kind of messed up. I was trying to do all the stuff, put this stuff up for him, and I can't. Goddamn type right now. It's not one thing; it's another. But that's good. I'm glad. Mark's a good dude, And remember, it's funny because when we first started talking to him, he didn't have a lot of CPS in his mouth. But today he definitely CPS would spit out every few words. So that's good that he's heading in that direction for us. Because I know he was big on the Title 4. What's the one for child support? C. Title 4C is child support.
4D. D as in dog.
No, 4D is for us, not child support. That's the one that doesn't Mark do.
4D is child support.
Is it? All right. So 4D anyway, whatever his thing is, and then but now he's doing the whole damn realm, so that's good. It's good that he's going around all of that stuff.
But CPS uses 4D too, because
4D.
that's where they go after the parents for the children being in foster care. They try and get their money back.
Which that's damn nonsense too, because they got all that money from the federal government. What the hell do they need to get their money back for, right? They don't need to get their money back. The federal government gives them 5 to 1 in most cases. Whatever the state spends, they give them 5 times back.
Yeah,
and that's what they're making.
And I think it was the Biden administration that said states did not have to go after parents whose kids were in foster care because of the federal funding, but they do it anyway because they're greedy.
Well, Biden did something good like that.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's something good come out of his stuff. I found out something else this weekend, which I never knew, and I'm trying to make this thing work so I can. There's something, and then this is pertaining to, and actually I found it the other day when I was on the phone with you. Remember we were searching through those websites, and it was like the parents. I don't even remember exactly what the website was, but something I was in websites I'd never been in before. We were going back and forth between things. Well, I came up. There's a Substance Abuse Act that came out in, I want to say 96 or 97 or maybe 2006. I'm not sure which year it was. But that's what made mandated reporting on people that are pregnant or people that are using drugs mandated to call CPS. So I couldn't believe it. There was actually a bill that was passed that anybody that is using substances that they made, that they're supposed to contact anybody that is involved with them are supposed to contact CPS if there's substance abuse is involved. And I found it, and I wasn't aware that there was a bill that actually targeted people that use substances. So that really pissed me off, but there's an actual bill out there. I'm trying to pull it up right now. I remember the name of it, but I couldn't believe it. That's where they ordered people to report to the CPS that their people are using drugs and prenatal care. That orders the doctors. All of those people are supposed to call CPS. And that's really big.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to find the case that says that they cannot take a child because it's not born yet and charge the parent with child abuse when the child wasn't even born yet. The Supreme Court has already ruled on that.
Right. There's all kinds of things out there that you can find that link. Substance abuse is not a bad it's not a situation that is involved with your kid. It's the adult's behavior. I mean, now granted, if you're sitting there and the cops are showing up every night and you got needles hanging out of your arms and your house is a freaking wreck and your kid hasn't eaten in a month, that's a whole different story.
Right.
But we only know about 7% of the drug users in this country. The rest of 93% of them are, you'll never even know that they are secretly using drugs. Like how many people are they what they call functioning drug addicts? That need their pills or they need whatever they take to even function during the day. And it's tough that all these people are getting this rap of being, extreme heroin addicts, in the dumpsters. Every person that uses narcotics is this, a heroin addict in a dumpster that's homeless and, half dead all the time, and that's not the case at all. Like there's so many people out there that, they've either been hooked on these things for 1,000 years or, like they're coming out now too, that this isn't a choice. This is actually a disease. Addiction is a disease. And, even if you get rid of narcotic addiction, you're going to come up with another, you're going to replace that with something else. It's just addiction is an addiction. I mean, granted, the narcotics thing, it sticks to you and it's a big problem. But I think CPS has a hand in creating that big problem too, because the people that are, doing well and that are, that there's statutes and all of these CPS things and all of these CPS handbooks and everything that say that if a parent is in recovery or they're already in courses or things like that, that you're to leave them alone. They're not to be messed with. You're not supposed to mess with their kids. I know that's in the American, I'll look it up. It's what New York calls their acts. It's not, I keep wanting to say American Safe Family, but that's not what it is. But it's in one of theirs that strictly say that if the parents are in a recovery program, that you are to, at no cost, you don't go in, you don't break up their family, you don't do anything, you leave them be and let them go on their route. And we're finding that that's what they're doing to a lot of these people now, is that they're going, I heard stories of them going to these recovery places and sitting outside and watching these parents come out and writing down who these parents are, things like that. And that's just bullshit. They shouldn't be doing these things. And the thing is that that's like the number one thing. If you look up right now, the number one cause of kids being removed from their homes, they're calling it substance abuse. Like that's what they're saying. And then that leads into domestic abuse, and then it's like it's their gateway to get into your, and we all know now that was the whole purpose of the Dare to Be on Drugs program. That wasn't to educate children about drugs. That was to get kids to talk about their parents at home using drugs, so that they can get into these homes and then start seeing that, like seeing what's going on with the drugs. That's exactly. I mean, why would they have people come around and spray pot smell in the classroom and ask them, can you smell this? Make sure you call the police or, what the hell do these kids need to know what pot smells like, unless they need to know for a certain reason, I mean, that directly affected my, like the pot spray smell, like that was, that was the story of when my child was little, like they could smell the pot, like, oh, and then when they go to, half the class up there in Maine, pot's legal up here. Half the kids in the classroom were like, oh yeah, we know what that is. We know what that is, but now they're making that like a mandated reporting thing. Like if you hear that, and I don't even know, I didn't finish reading the rest of that bill, but I don't even know if it went as far as to even say if substance abuse counselors need to contact and be mandated reporters, because that stuff's supposed to be all protected under HIPAA. So there's a real gray area there of where these people are reporting on people's health. And that was a lot of things. People don't understand this about Roe versus Wade, but it wasn't about abortion. What it was about was, I mean, they made it about abortion, but what it was about keeping the person's body private to themselves. That's what it was, allowing you to make your body, your decisions on what they do to you, what they don't do to you. And not only that, what is inside of you is also confidential. Like they don't get to come in and just drug test you. They don't get to just decide what's in your blood or your alcohol. Like those things were all part of Roe versus Wade, that you're covered under the Fourth Amendment. When it comes to your body and what's inside your body, you're covered under that stuff. And that's
y'all better read your new HIPAAs, because the new one in Virginia, it clearly states whether you sign that paper or not, they can hand it over to the police, Child Protective Services, and it's got a whole list of agencies,
really,
whether you sign it or not.
Wow.
CPS is on the HIPAA. They do not have to follow HIPAA because they are on the paperwork in Virginia. So read those HIPAAs, because they just changed the ones here in Virginia.
Well, if they change them there, then they're changing them everywhere.
Yep. I was shocked.
Yeah. That's
Um,
freaking. That's something that we need politicians to go back and fight for right there, because they
yeah.
can't. And that must have been the big thing with them trying to overturn Roe versus Wade so that they could get access to those records without having to go through it. So instead, what do? They just changed the HIPAA law. That's what they did.
I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah. Um, it's no, Catherine. I've seen it all. I work in recovery with people. I've seen what it does. And what my point is this though is that people make bad choices and people are allowed to recover from their choices. I understand that an addicted kid looks terrible. I absolutely do, and I'm not saying that that's not some form of torture itself. But I will say this: there are ways that the doctors can choose to comfort these children when they come out addicted, and instead they are not doing that. They're making them be tortured by this withdrawal because they have things that they can do, but they're trying to make such a spectacle about this that they're not doing that. The whole concept of medicine is supposed to make the person more comfortable with the situations that they're dealing with. They're supposed to do whatever they can, and they're not doing it for these children that are born because they want people to say, "Look at these kids; they're terrible. Look at they're addicted. They're this, that, and this." When they have plenty of procedures that they could do to help withdraw a child, a baby that was just born, as they do an adult. So there are many things that they can do to help with that. Even during the pregnancy, there's things that they can do to help that child by injecting certain medicines into the mom. They'll make sure that it gets fed to the baby through the umbilical cord, things like that. But they don't because they want to make it such a big deal. Forget about this. It's big business stealing kids. Those kids that they steal, where do those kids go, right? Where do those babies that are addicted go? You know, they go to their family just like they would have if they would have went with that birthing mom. So what if she made bad choices going into that? But what if she decided to change there at the end? Like she got herself clean and she wanted to have a good life for her and her kids. Did you take that away from her? She doesn't deserve that chance. These are things that, I guess unless you're addicted to something, then you don't have that mindset. You don't understand because it can look that's why people are so crass towards addiction. Because they haven't been in it themselves, or they've seen the extreme dirty side where their kids stealing money out of their wallets or things like that. But that's not the case with everybody. That's not the case with the majority of the people. A lot of, like I said, 7% of the drug addicts are the ones that you know about. 93% you'll never know. That's a true statistic. You think that that's false. Go to a recovery program sometime and look around that room and see who's in there. You got police officers, you got doctors, you got all kinds of people that are in these recovery programs that walk out that door because of and this is the thing, because they can be anonymous in those places, they go to them and they know that the people that are there will respect them, and respect their, I don't know what the word would be, anonymity,
Anonymity.
anonymity, say it again, anonymity.
Anonymity.
Anonymity. Take their anonymity. Now I don't even remember what the hell the word meant. But anyway, what the hell word were we even trying to stretch there?
I'm gonna have to look in my emails because I know I have a copy of it because one of my girls sent it to me and she was like, I just signed this HIPAA and then I just read it. She said, and look, and she like highlighted it on her phone or whatever. And sure enough, it said CPS on there. I say, you go resend that. Go resend your signature because now it doesn't matter if you signed it or not. They're going to give out information about you.
Yeah, that's terrible. Look at Alicia says right here. She even had her medical marijuana card, even stopped, but stopped too late for the cord blood testing, and they used that against her. That's ridiculous, and that's pot. That's pot, which is pretty much legal in every state that there is now. Catherine Lester says mine was given morphine. I was prepared to raise him. Parents surrendered him to me. CPS took him and lied to deny the grandma her rights. That's awful. So Catherine knows, and like I said, they give these babies things like morphine and things like that to help them withdraw. So I'm not saying it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong there. I'm not saying that, like if you are pregnant, don't use drugs, period. because it's bad for the baby. I'm just saying that in a
Yeah.
situation that it you know it is possible to make a change in your life for sure and to recover from it. And I don't feel like them. The first thing coming out of recovery is having to have the fight of your life for your child. That's not a way to recover. That's not healthy to help you. That's not healthy to There's nothing in that says help this person stay sober. You know, nothing more that says let's go back to drugs and stealing their kids, or alcohol or whatever. Um, and
Uh,
that's it.
I saw Dr. Death says something about his paperwork. Don't put case laws on these complaints. You can argue case laws. You just put the civil complaint is your constitutional violations, your criminal complaint is the same because it is against the law to deprive you of life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. Your children are a liberty interest to you according to the United States Supreme Court. Don't
Mhm.
put any case law on there. You can argue that if your case even gets heard in court, it could be heard without you.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to keep these things, when you guys are writing these things, you want to keep them simple to the point. One, because I'm going to be perfectly honest, they read like the first 3 pages and then the back three. They don't even look in the middle of it. So when you sit there and fandangle all these 75-page briefs and all this stuff, they're not even going to look at it. What they look at is the beginning. They look at what you put up there in its front, as far as an introduction or whatever. And they look at what you're labeling as your timeline. And then they go to the back and figure out what the conclusion is. They don't even look at the middle most of the time. I mean, think about how many of you are out there writing these things. These guys, like, yes, it's the court system, but there's only a few of them. You know what I mean? So they can't all read novels every day of your case. So they pick and choose what they read. So that's why you are more apt to be heard if you keep your thing short and simple. Like they say, KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Just put the facts. They don't care about bullshit. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. That's what it is. So don't sit there and be like, well, my mom told me this, and then this person said this, and then this and this and this, because they don't care. That's not law. All they care about is how they, like Tiff said, how they ruined your constitutional rights. What did they do to affect your constitutional rights? They don't care that Joe Blow went to the store that day and he's your best friend. They don't care. So don't sit there and try to create characters in these things and write all about this, about my mom is a great mother and this, that, and this, blah, 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 blah. And then, because they don't care. You're just wasting your time and you're getting yourself a less chance to get heard by them because they're going to be like, don't these people understand or read? We don't do this. So I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying do it the right way so that everybody, like you will get a shot because they send it back. It's going to hurt you. It hurts your pride when they send you this paperwork back. When you do all this work, do everything that you can do, and you send it in, and then they send you back a, yeah, sorry, nope, try again. It's hard to try again. It really is. I don't know how many of you out there have done this once or twice, but it really does. It takes the wind right out of your sails. You busted your ass for months. How many stuff have you had, Tiff, that's been returned to you that you're like, Jesus, you just don't even want to do it anymore?
Well, I don't play around in the federal courts because I know the family court backwards and forwards. So when I fill out those petitions, I don't ever get my shit sent back because I just fill them out correctly.
Right. And there you go, from the mouth of a pro. That's all you need. God, all right. What's the name of this? I'm trying to find the name of this substance abuse bill that was passed a while back that I didn't know about. It has some fancy. What was the websites that we were on the other day? That I sent you something from it. I don't remember what it was, and I even signed up for it.
The national.
Oh yeah, NCAA or something, or NANC or something.
The National Liberty Alliance.
Is that what it was?
Yes. You was talking some off the wall stuff that I ain't never heard of.
Yeah, that's the one, huh? Let me see.
Yeah, I signed up too.
Yeah, see, you remember now too. NLA, National Liberty Alliance. Try that. But yeah, that was really good to hear from Mark. He's so busy, that guy. It's
Yeah,
so
I
nice to
know.
get him in and have a minute with us. We need to get in on that class though. I thought he gave me you a carte blanche one time. I have to go back and look at that episode.
Um,
And see if
and just so people understand why I don't go to DC, I just turned the news on Friday. A 3-year-old was shot in the head sitting in a car with her family, and she died this weekend. In DC, I do not go to DC, period, end of story. There's nothing in DC I want to see.
Well, I mean, it'd be nice to see the buildings.
Who?
The buildings.
Mm.
You don't like that stuff?
No, I'm not. No. DC? No.
You don't go look at the Tartarian buildings that are there, that are in the at the White House. I mean, the White House and the Capitol building and all that stuff.
Look here. If they ever invited me to the White House, this is what I'm going to tell them.
You're full of
I
shit.
will
You say
come.
yes, I'm coming.
No. Yes, I'll come. But you better send the beast the same thing that the Donald Trump guy did.
Yeah.
And pick me up and bring me back home.
Yeah, at least to the border, right? Till you get out of the war zone.
Yeah, I'll drive to Alexandria. They can meet me in DuPont Circle and take me in from there. But no.
That's funny. It's not the National Liberty Monuments. That was not where we were. Let me see.
It wasn't that one?
No, it wasn't that one. It was a serious.
Well, I don't know.
It was very serious. It had serious stuff going on it. I'm gonna be honest right now. I don't even remember how to look at my history on my computer. What the hell's going on with me?
I know you were on one of your book sites.
Oh yeah, Scribe. I'm gonna put a plug in for Scribe. Scribe. I'll tell you what, you guys. If you don't have anything, you need to get Scribed. I've had Scribe for a long time, and it's really, if you guys are looking up reading stuff and you want to find some certain books and things, except for Tiffany's Red Book. Oh, that's what brought me to it. The Red Book.
Did you find it?
No, but I just remembered right there. My brain worked. My brain turned on. Mary, that's enough. How do I get to the thing where it shows my things though? I don't know. I don't know. I'll find it at some point. I'll let everybody know when I find it. What else is up, Tiff? Anything good? Did you do anything over the weekend?
Let's just say that people think that my life is like non-chaotic. My life is so chaotic, it's not even funny. My whole house is in disarray because we're moving stuff around. The kids are nonstop. We're cleaning cars left and right and tinting windows because we're in a very short window. So people, if I'm not answering you on Facebook and my phone and emails, it's because I'm busy. Trust me. I get this one little clip with Darren Monday through Thursday. That's my only piece.
Yeah. Yep. Sure is.
So it's my busy time. So if I'm not getting back to you, it's not because I'm ignoring you. Trust me, I see what's coming on and going in, and
she ignores me.
Not on purpose.
Let's see. Controlled substances. I feel like it might be the Controlled Substance Act.
Oh, you were talking about something about that. You were supposed to send me all that stuff, and I woke up this morning, I didn't have nothing.
That's because you were ignoring me. Yeah, I think that's what it's because the Comprehensive Drug Abuse Prevention and Control Act, CAPCA. Yep, that's it. So,
well, I did. When they started drug court here, I walked over to the district attorney, right? Because she was so proud of this new drug court thing. And it just so happened I got invited to her, whatever she was having. And I walked over to her privately and I said to her, you do understand that you just opened the door for CPS to start pulling children out of homes? due to drug abuse. She said, I never thought about it.
Okay.
And
This
we
is
got
43 of them.
facilities here that are falsifying drug tests anyway.
Yeah, everybody. That's another one too. Make sure, look at if they're just having you piss in a cup in the back of a place. Those are what they call drug screens. You get a drug test. That's where they'll probably most likely take two balls of urine. You take one to show the other. You know what I mean? Like they take two samples. That way they can, if one goes bad or whatever. But they have a. Wow, my brain is not working tonight.
It's
But they have
Monday.
a sample, right? They have a sample that says, "Look, this is a sample, and it matches that one." The controlled sample. That's what I mean. So they'll take two of those. It'll be in a lab. It'll be where your chain of command or your chain of custody is very clear that you're taking it to this box. The box is going to this technician. And all of these things are getting written down on the bottle. Those are tests, and those are admissible in court. If you're just peeing in a cup, they're looking at it and throwing it behind their shoulder. That's a screen. Screens are not admissible in court, people. Just so you know.
It's no different. Now, I don't know how many of y'all got busted for drugs, but 35 years ago, I was busted for crack cocaine. Okay. So, when they do the little field test, that's nothing.
Right at the top.
That is nothing more than what these drug screens are. Even though something field test positive or says that you're positive, they still have to send it off to a lab.
Yeah.
Oh God, I think he's in my room. I'll be right back.
Yep. I'm trying to look people and find on here this cap. It is the document the legislation I was looking for. Is the Controlled Substance Act, CSA, CA, the Controlled Substance Act, and then there's something else after it. I just read it. And then it says this. It says. The statute was an effort to combine all previous federal drug laws and allow for federal cornerstone of the CSA as the classification system by which regulates controlled substances. This system has 5 schedules of these drugs, numbered 1 through 5. All right, that's their thing. That's not what I wanted to read about. But what I did is right here, it says the CSA stratifies their based on a substance accepted medical use, potential abuse, addiction, and harmfulness. This activity highlights the categorization and schedules, amendments, prescriptions, requirements, and other pertinent factors for interprofessional team members to understand and apply the legal structure to their clinical practices. Now that means that CAPCA just, like if it's a class, what is it? I think it's 1 through 5. It's either 1 through 5 or 2 through 5. Which all get blown out here on. It's like a spreader one. So let's see here. Mandatory for this. Huh. For 3 years, I'm looking here, issues of concern. But in here somewhere, it says that that people, let me see where it is that makes these guys mandated. I'm just trying to read this real quick. Only first letter, provide last name, check validity. If there's any missing information, prescriptions, no. Scheduling system, schedule 1 through 5, 6. It also allows regulation of chemicals that are procured. I know it's in here somewhere, guys. So look through it and you can find it yourselves.
Yeah, and I see Henry's in here. We need to get Henry his own podcast show with us because he needs to. I don't know about that. He does, and he's good at it.
Yeah, I needed to get his information from you.
Oh, well, you should have asked me.
I
But
know.
anyway.
I know. I just did.
I will send you his Facebook page now because that's how he's on mine.
Right, you've got him. You're the Henry Connect. You are the Henry Connect. Let's see here. Yeah, Henry, he was a great show too. Boy, what a lot of information he had. Holy,
Right?
I think he definitely needs to be in on his own show at least once a week.
Yep.
You know, coming in and telling everybody about the ADA and all that, because the ADA has a lot of perks to it if you can get into it. He made it. He definitely re-emphasized the fact that it's not, they don't just hand you a slot in the ADA. You definitely got to work your ass off to get in there. Um, so Henry, I will be in touch with you after the show. I'll shoot you an email. That way we can get you. We can get you in here.
You can actually take a course on the ADA. It's like $500 and become an ADA.
What is the? Yeah, I mean that's you can take a course for it.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So just like being an advocate, you could take. Don't forget, Mark has those advocate classes too that he has on there, right? Isn't he his advocate?
I think so. He's got a whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, his thing is my thing was it's stlmarkludwig.com. So uh, make sure that you oh boy. Make sure you guys check him out. Sign up for that. Today's the last day, he said, for the
Early
scheduling
bird special.
early bird special. Early bird special up here is 2 eggs over easy toast and home fries.
You're not old enough to know about the early bird special.
I know all about the early bird special. What are you talking about? Hey, buddy, what's up? What you doing? Playing? Having a good time? Oh, so nice. Hey, buddy. Hey, dude. Baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark, baby shark. Come on,
He's
do it.
tired.
Yeah. He's tired. He's big too. Yep.
And I will send Henry your Facebook page too, but I sent you his already.
Okay. They're always on the ball. Does anybody else hear that alarm in the background? I do not hear an alarm. And I'm here, so I hope that there's not one going on.
Haven't heard from her in a long time. Hey, girl.
Hey, Deidre. Hey. She had a Angry Citizen on the other day.
Oh yeah, we need to get him on too.
Yep. Maybe we should get Deidre on one of these days. Why don't you come on our show, Deidre?
Yeah, why doesn't she come on our show Wednesday?
Yeah. Come on, Deidre. What are you gonna say now, Deidre? We give you an open invitation. Let's see who comes to whose show. He's falling. He's going down. So yeah, we'll get Henry online here. Hopefully he will. Hopefully Henry can help some people out. Seems like Henry can do about whatever Henry wants to. He was amazing. How'd you find him?
I don't, Darren, don't, I don't know.
He's a diamond in the rough.
Yeah. I think he was on Facebook talking about something. Either he sent me a friend's request or I sent him one. I don't know, but we're friends on Facebook.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we're going to bed. He said too bad.
He's ready. He's ready for bed.
I know.
Okay. Well, I guess we can go to bed. You got anything else for this Monday?
No, not today. But I am slowly reading the rest of my book so that we can talk about it. But I'm working the rest of this week, so I know I read a little bit at a time.
I get you. I hear you. I'm working myself today. I'm doing my own job today, so I can't help you out. I hear you.
Darren, I always try and call you when I have free time.
You don't remember that? You don't remember that comment? I hear you. I hear you.
Oh yeah, I do now. I know. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh boy, her head's her squash is a little.
It was hot today. We had a car, then we were moving furniture in between cleaning this car. And then he wasn't feeling good. That's probably another reason why I went to sleep. But yeah, it's been a hectic Monday.
Just another manic Monday.
Yeah, you got that right. Manic it was.
Yeah. Okay, get in touch with me. Um, let's see. You can get me at the what's beeping? Will you guys tell us if one of us are going to blow up, please? There's rain at hitting my roof. Um, you know what? There is an alarm. There is the beeping going on. I can hear it, but I don't know if it's coming from my TV or if it's coming from my from this. I do too. Also hear it, guys.
Leave King alone.
It's actually driving me nuts now that I hear it. CPSV. I can't type it in. My keyboard's not working.
Alexandria, I don't know what Adam needs from me. I don't have any paperwork for him. And I don't have PayPal. But I got your message and I got his mom's message, and he tried to call me 3 times. Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord, put him to bed. Time for that night. So, yeah, get in touch with me at CPSV Hunting Justice at Deidre. You don't ever call, so don't give me that. CPSV Hunting Justice at gmail.com. And we can shoot the breeze. So CPSV at huntingjustice at gmail.com. And it's going to be a lot easier now because I think we're going to go to info at cpsbreakingnews.com. I think that will be what we switch to, and then it'll be diverted from there. So, but not yet. So make sure you guys check that out too. It's under construction, so don't give me any shit. And if any of you want to help me, then that would be great too. Email me at cpsvhuntingjustice at gmail.com for now. So, and it's on the bottom of the screen rolling by. Oh geez, okay, hold on. Let's read this real quick. I was to have my review hearing this Friday. Instead, though, my daughter spent donor who hasn't spoken or seen her since 2022, but only seen her on video. My kids were taken in April 2024, and this whole time every heading is his attorney says he wants morning to do work. This washes his hands of it. Now his attorney put in a continuance and still haven't seen my kids since May 29th. Seen them in video June 9th, then my son on June 16th. They want to terminate my visits, work my daughter, but the judge didn't sign off on it yet. I have so much... damn it, I can't see it. I have so much... Let me see. I have so much proof of all CVS's bullshit, lies, and attempts to make sure I don't see my kids, and so they break the bond so the same-sex foster care can keep my kids and try to adopt them. Yep, there you go. Renee, why don't you send us an email, CPSV Hunting Justice, and come on the show. You can be on the show tomorrow night if you want. So email us at cpsvhuntingjustice at gmail.com. And yes, we all do mean that too. So, well, Deidre, I'll be waiting. I'm going to put the music on right now. We'll see who calls who. But yeah, Renee, get in touch with us. We'll put you on. Let's get your show out there because it seems like there's a lot going on that we can talk about. And then for the rest of you guys, we are going to be here same time, same place tomorrow night. And yeah, that'll be it. So everybody, thank you for joining us tonight. And Tiff's got to go to bed. She's tired. Everybody, I'll get on the emails tonight. So if you have something to say, make sure you guys email it, and I'll be on there tonight checking everything, and I'll be responding. So if you got something to say it. I'll get back to you tonight.
When they ask us what our rights are, they say you don't need them. What a mistake that is to say. We live in a land, we ought to be free. It's not seeming that's how it is shaping to be. The Constitution is supposed to guide us. Our government is taking it away and trying to deprive us. Our kids are taken every day by CPS agents looking for prey. They don't give a damn about the Constitution. We have found the one and only solution. There's a couple people you should know. Tiff and the Punisher is the show they
And don't forget, we need Ashley coming up next, guys. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys keep on your phones. They're coming up. We need Ashley coming up.
She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids. Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. We all admit the times are hard. No little children in the front yard. Tiff and Punisher are fighting so hard. They're waging war, on their side is God. They don't stop if they get in trouble. They fighting for the children, double trouble. The strength they need, they get from each other. They have each other's back like sister and brother. They are Tiff and the Punisher, saving the families from corruption. They want you to join their movement, no repercussion. You need to learn that thing called the Constitution. Inside that document is our solution. CPS, we have your number. We are coming for you, hear our thunder. Your fate is sealed, have a nice day. You won't break another family. No more trauma for kids, that's like blasphemy. Keep your thoughts to your own ideals. Soon enough you'll be clicking your heels. Because you need to go to jail. All of us fathers will be chugging down an ale. The mothers will squeeze their young ones tight, as CPS workers are locked down for the night. They had a choice, they didn't make. Now they spend their days in crates. They should know it's wrong to kidnap. So from all of us, this is your payback. Here's a couple people you should know. Tiff and the Punishers, they show they wanna stop CPS from stealing our kids, fighting beside us and trying to guide us. Tiff has a heart of gold. She blasts these caseworkers when they are wrong. She beats them down with her knowledge, better than the kids who are in college. The Punishers abolish all the way. He's been here 4 years, they took his daughter away. He came from the darkness he was in. Now it's time to make parenting great again. Together they are making a commotion, telling all the parents use the Constitution potion. You have rights, did you know? Learn to use them on Tiff and Punisher show. That's all we need to get on with this fight. The document that most people court barely read in light. Pick the parts that pertain to your case, show them the results and spit in their face. We are Tiff and the Punisher, fighting together, displaying our unity with birds of a feather. If it's a million, that's great, but one is just the same. We'll bring these kids home and know every name. We will smoke every social worker in court, their heads down with no support. The country knows CPS is doing wrong. If they don't, then play them our song. We are Tiff and the Punisher.
I wander around my head feeling lost. It's been so long since I've seen you, I'm so depressed. I don't want to forget you, so I won't rest. This is my calling, this is God's test. I wonder why He chose this road for me. It's hard to think this is my destiny, but God, you the Creator, you surely knows. So please explain the journey, let's go. You must have faith, that's all. God will not let you fall. For in the end there's a lesson, so keep the faith, keep on pressing. I think about you 100 times a day. It's no way to keep the pain away. I'm so scared of forgetting your smile, so I look at pictures of my child. It breaks my heart we lost her so young. We missed all the tender times, can't be redone. Please God, stop the pain, this is no fun. I know that God has the plan. I don't understand who I am. I do know I have the faith to pray to God from any place. Please God, make this pain end. It's a nightmare that should have never been. My faith in you is guiding my way. Excuse me, God, I have to say, give me back my baby, I'm not playing around. She's a piece of my life. I'll do anything for you now. We live in a land paid for by blood, a country that was built up from sticks and mud. Our ancestors crossed 1,000 miles over the ocean, leaving behind a past that was negative emotion. When they first sighted land, they all jumped overboard and swam. They couldn't believe they were living in freedom. The government they once had didn't need them. It was tough during the first days, figuring this strange land. Many grouped together and started a plan. They knew they needed something to keep them in line. This is when they wrote the Constitution, man, it was divine. A bunch of men agreeing never lost their mind. They gave us all our freedom, one amendment at a time. And when they finished writing, 39 men had to sign. We have freedom, you can't take away. The Constitution guarantees that. So take your false authority and go the fuck away. The next 200 years came with a price. A bunch of men and women gave the ultimate sacrifice. They did it for the people alive today. You don't hear very many taking 3 times to say thank you, whoever you are, who gave your life, and for their families left on earth alone for their life. Thank you for your gift, the life that you gave. It lets us live as free men. Oh, glory we will wave. Now we are here in 2025, a year led by selfishness. There's no surprise, the government is taking over. It's a friggin' mess. Our kids are being taken by people who must be diseased. Who the hell gave them that power? These actions need to cease. So listen up, you voted officials, we are here to say you need to pay attention to issues, because we aren't going away. We come bearing the Constitution, we'll recite it if we may. We the people is how it begins. The words that follow, you can fill them in, because they aren't true as they were meant to be. You're taking our freedoms one at a time. No one's paying attention except for us reciting these lines. You don't get to take away the rights we were given. Taking away our children should get you in prison. I'm not messing around, it's no laughing matter. Give our children freedom, or feel your teeth shatter. We are the ones who make the decisions. You lost track of your job, we're here to petition. This is your final chance. America doesn't need to fight a civil war. We just need you politicians to hit the door. So do the right thing and leave this city of Washington, or turn things around, give us something to fall again. Give us back our children,